The world is melting silently, and glaciers are disappearing fast. Most people barely notice this crisis, yet your future depends on them. Glaciers are Earth's frozen guardians. They store vast freshwater reserves. Nearly 70% freshwater lies frozen. That water sustains billions daily. Rivers are born from glaciers. Entire civilizations depend on that flow. Farms survive on glacial meltwater. Crops drink from ancient ice. Without glaciers, rivers shrink dramatically. Shrinking rivers threaten food security. Food crises destabilize entire nations. Instability spreads beyond borders quickly. Glaciers regulate global temperatures naturally. Their white surfaces reflect sunlight. Reflection keeps Earth significantly cooler. Less ice means more heat absorbed. More heat accelerates rapid melting. This creates a dangerous cycle. Scientists call it feedback loop. Each year, the loop intensifies. Sea levels rise steadily worldwide. Coastal cities face growing danger. Millions live near vulnerable shorelines. Entire islands risk permanent flooding. Melting glaciers disrupt ocean currents. Ocean currents control global weather. Weather patterns grow increasingly unpredictable. Floods and droughts become extreme. Mountain communities depend on glaciers. Their livelihoods rely on steady melt. Tourism economies depend on snow. Wildlife habitats depend on ice. Species struggle as glaciers retreat. Ice cores hold ancient secrets. They preserve Earth's climate history. Air bubbles reveal past atmospheres. Those records guide future decisions. Ignoring them risks repeating mistakes. Glaciers connect distant nations silently. Their loss affects everyone globally. They matter more than you imagine. Glaciers are slow-moving giants, but their impact moves fast. They feed the world's greatest rivers. Think of the mighty Ganges flowing south, or the powerful Yangtze River in China. Even the legendary Amazon River feels changes. These rivers begin in frozen mountains. High above crowded cities below, billions depend on that meltwater. Drinking water starts as ancient ice. Agriculture thrives because glaciers melt slowly. That slow melt is critical. It releases water through dry seasons. Without it, droughts intensify quickly. Crops fail under water stress. Food prices rise without warning. Economic pressure spreads through societies. Tension grows where resources shrink. Water scarcity fuels political conflicts. Stability weakens when rivers fade. Glaciers also shape landscapes dramatically. They carve valleys and mountains. They create lakes and ecosystems. Entire habitats depend on glacial balance. Fish rely on cold streams. Cold streams rely on glaciers. Warmer water harms fragile species. Biodiversity declines with rising temperatures. Glaciers act like climate mirrors. Bright ice reflects solar radiation. Dark ocean absorbs more heat. Less reflection means faster warming. Faster warming melts more ice. The cycle accelerates relentlessly. Scientists measure glacial retreat carefully. Satellites monitor shrinking ice sheets. Data reveals alarming global trends. Arctic regions warm fastest today. Antarctic ice shelves weaken steadily. Mountain glaciers thin every year. The warning signs are clear, yet awareness remains surprisingly low. What melts in mountains matters everywhere. Frozen peaks influence your future. The connection is closer than you think. The warning signs are undeniable. Glaciers are retreating at record speed. Some may vanish this century. That loss will reshape continents. Look toward the vast Greenland ice sheet. It is melting faster yearly. Billions of tons vanish annually. Now look at Antarctica in the south. Massive ice shelves are cracking. Cracks signal structural instability. When shelves collapse, seas rise. Rising seas redraw world maps. Coastal megacities face growing threats. Think about New York City underwater streets. Imagine Mumbai battling higher tides. Picture Shanghai facing storm surges. These risks are not fiction. They are measurable scientific projections. Mountain glaciers show similar decline. The Himalayas are warming rapidly. Asian rivers depend heavily there. Early rapid melting seems beneficial. Rivers temporarily swell with excess water, but long-term supplies collapse once glaciers shrink beyond recovery. Seasonal rivers may dry completely. Hydropower systems lose reliability. Electricity shortages affect industries. Economic growth slows dramatically. Climate migration increases worldwide. Communities relocate from flooded zones. Others move from drought regions. Pressure builds within receiving cities, infrastructure struggles to adapt, insurance costs rise sharply, governments face increasing emergency expenses. Ecosystems also feel intense stress. Polar wildlife loses vital habitat. Alpine species move higher annually. Eventually, mountains offer no refuge. Scientists warn of tipping points. Tipping points trigger irreversible change. Some thresholds may be near. The timeline is narrowing fast. The next decade is critical. The future is not written yet, but the window is closing fast. Glaciers respond directly to temperature rise. Temperature rise comes from human activity. Burning fossil fuels traps heat. That heat melts ancient ice. The choice is still ours. Emissions can be reduced globally. Renewable energy adoption is accelerating. Solar and wind costs decline yearly. Policy decisions shape climate outcomes. International cooperation becomes essential now. The Paris Agreement set global targets. Those targets require urgent action. Delays increase long-term damage. Innovation offers powerful solutions. Clean technology transforms energy systems. Smarter cities reduce carbon footprints. Individuals also influence demand patterns. Conscious consumption reduces emissions gradually. Every choice sends market signals. Markets respond to collective behavior. Awareness drives cultural transformation. Education builds climate responsibility. Youth movements demand accountability worldwide. Scientists continue refining climate models. Data improves strategic planning globally. Adaptation strategies protect vulnerable communities. Seawalls guard coastal cities. Water management secures agricultural regions. Reforestation supports natural carbon capture. Nature-based solutions gain recognition. Time remains limited but valuable. Every fraction of degree matters. Slower warming preserves more ice. Preserved ice stabilizes sea levels. Stable seas protect millions. Healthy glaciers secure freshwater supplies. Secured water strengthens global stability. Stability supports economic resilience. The stakes could not be higher. This is not distant science. It is a present reality. The story is still unfolding. What happens next depends on us.